Today, we're going to talk about how you can get a deal today. Hey, Small Axe community, it's your boy Nico. This show is dedicated to helping you use your small axe to build a personal empire. So, on this show, I'm going to share some real, raw, behind the scenes info that's going to help you build your own multifamily portfolio. So if you enjoy this show, I would love it if you could share it with somebody that you think could get value from it and write a review. It's the only way that we can grow this thing. Now let's get to work. Let's jump into this episode and start sharpening those axes. Let's jump right into this. So I break it down to this. You need one of a few things. You need money or expertise or network. These are how you're going to get your deal today, whether that be your first deal or your 100th deal. If you have money, things are a little bit easier. If you don't have money, then you need to have either the expertise or the network to get into a deal. So what do I mean by this? Well, let's start with money. If you had capital today, if you had $1 million, you can buy your own property without even having any knowledge of what you're buying or anything. Not advisable, but possible. Now, let's say you don't have money. You have $0. If you have $0, you either have to have the expertise or the network to get a deal or have the deal. So when I say network, I mean really the people to get you the deal, that whether that be partners who have a deal under contract or looking for deals, or brokers who have those deals, but you need a deal. So you need money, you need expertise, you need a deal. The network provides you with the deal. Okay. So if you don't have millions of dollars, you need an expertise. Now, what do people look for who are looking for a team member as their team members for their multifamily projects? Well, me personally, who has now I have experience, I look for boots on the ground partners. I look for asset managers. I look for capital raisers. I look for property managers. Other people might look for other things, perhaps CapEx partners, people who are project managers, people who are civil engineers, but I already have my partner in that. I have my boots on the ground partner. People look for things like underwriters, but I do all of that. People look for deal finders, but I do all of that. Okay, so figure out what your personal expertise is. You might be a business owner. That's very helpful. You might be an investor relations person. You might be a financial analyst. All of these things can be beneficial and helpful to a team on multifamily real estate. However, I think somebody with zero experience in multifamily real estate, but a ton of experience in business, financial analysis, etc., is great, but you need to have some experience in multifamily real estate. And if you don't, and you still want to be on a team, it's acceptable. Just know that you're not going to get perhaps what you're fully worth until you show your worth. So, for example, if you are the best underwriter in the world and you underwrite deals all the time, but have never really done your own deal, you might come on to a general partnership team and only get a few percentage points of that general partnership team. But take it as you're in, take it as this is going to be your experience moving forward so that your next deal and the deal after that will be better. You'll get more equity ownership in the deal. Okay. So if you have zero capital, again, right now we're talking about what kind of expertise you can have. My partner, Shane, he is a civil engineer. He's got extreme experience, a ton of experience with managing projects from abroad, from afar, from different markets. He manages construction projects all the time. He knows exactly how to find the right vendors, how to vet them. He knows how to find the materials, make sure that people are doing their work and getting the work done. Now, ideally, you would also have a boots on the ground partner. And even more ideally, that boots on the ground partner would be your asset manager, your project manager, and perhaps even your property manager. So that person with those skills, boots on the ground, asset management, project management, and meaning construction management and property management, that is a winner right there. That person is worth gold to your team. If you have zero money, zero experience, but you can be that person for a team, forget it. You are in, you are wanted. But how would I trust somebody like that? In all honesty, it takes time to build a relationship with that person, especially if they have zero experience, but they are knowledgeable in all of those areas. It would just take time. You really have to have multiple conversations. You want to meet that person in person. You want to have a relationship that lasts 6 months to a year at least to get to really know them. You have to see them in a variety of settings, etc. So here's how you get into your deal. Millions of dollars. Don't have it. Next, let's see what if we have an expertise. Are you a project manager? Are you an asset manager? Are you a good financial analyst? Are you a good property manager? Do you have the skills to be a deal finder? Do you have the skills to be a capital raiser? All of these people are welcomed on a team. Which one fits your personality, your skill set best? Go for it. Now, let's say the final one. You don't have any of those, but you have the network to find a deal, meaning you either have the resources to find a deal. You're a deal finder through using things like CoStar, you're cold calling people, you have a whole system set up and you're actually finding deals. Maybe perhaps you were wholesaling them in the past, but now you want to start owning them. An excellent skill to have. If you find a deal and you get a deal under contract, you hold a lot of weight in a negotiation with a team that you want to build to take that deal down. That's my strategy. I get the deals. So I try to find deals by networking with brokers, with wholesalers, with communities that share deals either off market or on market. However I can find a deal is how I get a deal under contract. Then I bring it to my team and then I start negotiating, okay, who's going to do which part of the management here and how are we going to close the deal? How are we going to get it done? What am I going to do? And what equity splits are we going to take? Okay. So back to basics, millions of dollars. That's the easiest, but be careful. Now, next up, what's your expertise? What can you bring to the team? What can you provide to a team to ensure that the business plan is upheld? Finally, are you the deal finder? Do you have the network to find a deal in a specific market? That is also golden. So people are going to seek you out for anything, any one of those character traits and skill sets. Do you have a deal? People are going to seek you out. Do you have the skills to properly manage, to properly close on and asset manage the deal for the long term? Excellent. All of those will allow you to participate, or do you have the capital? And all of these will allow you to participate on a general partnership team. Just make sure that you understand upfront, if you only have a limited experience, limited skills, and limited capital, your role on a general partnership team will be limited. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be 100% brutally honest. I've had people approach me to be on my team with honestly just a poor personality, and I haven't rejected them. I think that you as a person, you need to grow and make sure that you are a full person, whole, and have great values that align with the people that you're going to be working with prior to actually working with people. Then make sure your skill sets are in line as well. They need you on the team, or you have the capital. And then let's also make sure that you are that person and you uphold your word for the long term. Otherwise, you're not going to be invited on other projects. Anyway, I hope today's episode was valuable. And if it was, share it with somebody, guys. Hey, phone a friend right now. Get a rotary phone, dial your friend and be like, yo, fam, check out this podcast episode. This is going to tell you how you can get into a deal today. Extremely important, high level stuff. Give me a call if you want any more guidance or advice, but I can get you into a deal if you are the right person with the right skill set. All right, and that's a wrap, Small Axe community. So I wanted to take a minute to say thank you so much for listening to the show. And if you liked it or got any value from it, it would really mean the world to me if you would share it with someone else and write a review. Remember, guys, keep sharpening those axes. Let's get out there. Let's crush it. Love you guys.